following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Sprawy związane z dalszym rozwojem województwa i kraju.
All systems go.
This is my review of my Taurus 24/7 compact 9mm pistol. This is the container that it came in. We'll open it up here and look inside, see what all it comes with. It comes with the pistol, comes with the quick loader. My particular model came with a 17 round clip and a 13 round clip. Comes with the brush. This is the keys that allow you to adjust the sights and lock the pistol. I'll show you some of the features of that in a little bit. Inside the top you have your manual and your warranty card. So those come with it too. It's one of the benefits of the Taurus is the warranty. The Taurus actually warranties the pistol for the life of the pistol. If it ever has any problems, then you just send it back to Taurus and they will repair it. It's one of the reasons I bought this particular pistol over some of the other alternatives that I looked at. Empty clip. I'm not going to be using the clip for the review. We can show that the pistol is unloaded and safe, and we'll get the box out of the way here. One of the reasons I wanted to make this particular review is basically I used to be a Glock fan. After owning this pistol, they have completely won me over. I really enjoy this pistol. I've owned quite a few Glocks in the past, and actually used to be a very diehard Glock fan. This pistol kind of interested me. It's a much better price point. This pistol compared to a comparable Glock saved me about $200. So this one has a few more features than the Glock does for a cheaper price. The only thing that worried me about it is there was quite a few people that were indicating that the Taurus wasn't quite as good of a pistol as a Glock. I personally don't feel that those are warranted accusations. I truly feel that the Taurus is every bit as reliable and every bit as accurate as any of the Glocks I've ever owned. The only problem I have with this particular pistol is the portion of the takedown. I think it's kind of unsafe, and I've actually personally had a problem with it. During the takedown, I'll explain that. Right now, I'll go through some of the features of the pistol. It is completely ambidextrous. All the controls are on the front or on the left and the right of the pistol. The takedown levers are similar to a Glock, both on left and right side. This is the slide release. You have a safety and a decocker built into the same lever. Both are ambidextrous, and the clip release is ambidextrous as well. Mine came with the front and rear white dot sights. This particular model came with the adjustable sights. Many people have complained about these particular pistols shooting low. This one did shoot low when I first got it. Took me 2 trips to the shooting range, and I adjusted the pistol, adjusted the rear sights, and now it shoots just as accurate as any other pistol I've ever owned. I'll go ahead and go through some of the breakdown procedure and describe kind of what I have a problem with. The only thing that I have a problem with this particular pistol. Takedown is similar to a Glock. You have to slide the receiver or the slide back. Just to be sure, we'll check here, and I'll explain why I'm very adamant about checking the pistol every time. Pull the slide back. Use the release levers to release the slide. This is one of the problems I have with this pistol. In a Glock, once you release these levers and let go of the slide comes off. I think that's a preferential way of doing this. This particular pistol does not work that way. I'm sure it has something to do with the the type of action this pistol has. A Glock is a single action only. This particular pistol has some features that I actually prefer over the Glock because it does have dual action function and it does have a dual strike capability. So that might be why this is necessary. But as you can see, you can't tell any difference right now between the pistol the way it is with it ready to remove the slide or when it would be ready to fire. That kind of bothers me because like I said, through personal experience, I've already had the gun discharge because I was in the process of trying to do this, and there's no way to tell except for the fact that the chambered round indicator, but that's very small, and quite honestly I didn't even notice it. So with the pistol in this position right now, it looks exactly the same as it would be as if it was ready to fire. That's one problem I have with it. The other problem is that in order to fully release the slide after you've pulled the release tabs down, is you have to pull the trigger in excuse me, in order to release the slide. That I don't like. One of the first rules that you're supposed to follow with any pistol is never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to shoot the gun. This kind of defeats that philosophy, and that I don't really like. But as long as you're extremely safe, make sure you pay attention to what you're doing, and always check and be sure that the pistol is unloaded before you try to do this. You'll be okay. So it's just a personal opinion on that one. It's not a flaw in the design or anything. It's just a personal opinion. During takedown, it's similar to a Glock. You release this. The only difference is you have to pull the trigger to actually fully release the slide. So once you release the slide, the rest of the breakdown is almost identical to a similar model pistol, a Glock, for instance. You remove the guide rod and springs, and then remove the barrel, and the pistol has been disassembled. All the parts of this particular pistol are as high quality as any Glock I've ever had. Actually, the metal and the machining of this particular pistol, I actually prefer over the Glock. It's got a lot more. It looks more like they took more time to actually forge this metal. The Glocks are kind of blocky. It looks like they're just basically milled right out of a solid piece of bar steel. This one actually has some contours and stuff that makes it look a little better. That doesn't make any difference. It's just aesthetics, but I do prefer the way that this looks over a Glock. Reassembly is essentially the same as disassembly. You just replace the barrel, replace the guide rod, and push the slide back onto the chassis, and make sure everything is unloaded. It's all ready to go. I'll probably do some other videos later on. I want to do a video of actually showing some of the performance of this pistol that a lot of people are complaining about, that they don't think it's as reliable or as accurate as a Glock. I honestly believe that those are mostly coming from people that have probably never actually gotten used to this particular pistol. This pistol does not shoot the same as a Glock. So if you're complaining about it not shooting as good as a Glock, it might be more along the lines that it just doesn't shoot the same as a Glock. I know the difference between the two. I've shot this one, and now that I've gotten used to it, it is just as accurate as a Glock, and it's every bit as reliable as a Glock. So I'm really not worried about that anymore. I've actually proven that that's a whole different story. I'll get more into that later on in another video when I actually get some video at the gun range where I'm actually using the weapon. That way you can see that there's no issues with it. The accuracy is every bit as good. I'm just as fast, just as accurate, and I trust this pistol every bit as much as I've ever trusted my Glocks. This is my daily carry pistol. It works great. I'll actually do some reviews of a review later on of the ammo that I particularly prefer. This particular pistol seems to like the ammo that I use. I use the Hornady critical defense ammo. I'll do a review on that too later on. But if there's any questions or comments that want to be made, just leave your comments here or your questions here, and I'll try and get back to them and answer them as best as I can. And I'll come back later with a few more videos of both this gun and other weapons as I have a chance to do so. And as I said before, I'll probably do a little bit of a review on the ammunition that I particularly use. But that's what I have for now. And if there's any questions or comments, let me know. And we'll see you in later on videos. Thank you. Okay, this is part 2 of my original Taurus 24/7 compact 9mm G2 pistol review. I did a previous review once before, and I wanted to follow up with some more information. I got some requests. Some people wanted to see the differences between the clip sizes, grip, the difference in the grip with the different clips, and some more information about the trigger pull, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go over those. First off, we'll go about the clips. My particular pistol came with a 17 round and a 13 round. From what I've noticed, the 17 rounds that are available from Taurus aftermarket do not come with this grip extension. So be aware of that when you, if you're going to purchase that. The 17 round clips do not come with this clip extension. From what I know and what I've been told, these grip extensions are not available. Usually you can't even get them. So if you're going to buy the 17 round clips, I'd be careful of that, because you're going to end up with a gap between the base plate of the magazine and the actual bottom of the gun. So we'll take a look at the difference. I actually prefer the 13 round clip anyway, but that's just personal preference. It's a little bit smaller, easier for this is my daily carry gun, so this 13 round clip is a little smaller and fits in my daily carry routine a little bit better. We'll verify that the pistol is not loaded. Nothing in the chamber. 13 round clip. My hands are fairly big, and I'm still able to fully control the gun with the clip. With the 13 round clip, the base plate provides a place for my pinky, so that's plenty enough room for me to be able to completely grip the gun and keep it under control. So my preference is the 13 round clip. The 17 round clip does give you a little bit of an extended grip for people that might have bigger hands than mine are. I don't need it, particularly for myself. I found the 13 round clip to be every bit as controllable. Like I said, the other problem is that in the future, if you want to get additional 17 round clips, you'll probably end up without this grip extension. So this portion right here will expose the clip and probably won't give you as good of a grip as that you're hoping for with that extension. But that's the difference between the two clips. The extension is a little bit longer. It does hold 17 rounds instead of 13, but that's only a 4 round difference as far as I'm concerned. I don't really need that. So I usually stick with the 13 round clip. The 13 round clip is more than adequate for everything I use it for. As far as the trigger goes, this particular pistol does have dual action, single action, and double strike capabilities. Normally the gun is firing in single action. Right now you can see that the trigger is extended as far forward as possible. That's dual action mode. It is possible to fire the gun from the dual action mode if there is a chamber round, which there isn't. You can tell by the chamber indicator, and we'll verify the yellow clip, and there's nothing in the chamber. You can fire it from dual action mode. If there happened to be a bullet in the chamber, then you can fire it from this method. The trigger pull is fairly smooth. It was a little bit gritty when I first got the weapon. I've put over 1,000 rounds through this weapon, so now it's very smooth. The trigger pull is fairly heavy compared to some of the other pistols I've fired. That doesn't bother me. I don't have any problem with the heavy trigger pull. It is my daily carry, so I kind of prefer the heavier trigger pull. The benefit of this particular weapon is that the difference between the dual action pull and the single action pull is noticeable even in dual action mode. So when you're pulling the trigger back, you can actually preset it to where it sits on the single action stop, and at that point the pull from single action mode is very, very quick and very crisp. So it kind of depends on how you fire the weapon, whether it's in dual action or single action. At this point, that's where it sits during a single action shot anyway. It's a little bit forward, but once you set it up for the pull, as I said, we are unloaded. But you pull it back to that final stop, and then the pull is crisp and clean. That's how it performs in dual action mode, is that long trigger pull. It is a long trigger pull during the dual action mode, but that's intentional, so I don't have any issues with that. As far as the weapon is still unloaded, but what we'll do is I'll show you the difference between the single action mode. You can push it into single action mode by pulling the slide back and pulling the trigger, and then it's set in single action mode. Now I'll release and it's set in single action mode. This is normally how the pistol fires. Anytime there's a round in the chamber and the slide has been pulled back and then loaded around, it goes into single action mode. So the benefit of this is this is where the dual strike function comes in. The benefit is if you fire the pistol and you have a failure to fire on the ammunition, in this instance I'll do that and we'll simulate it because there's nothing in there. You pull the trigger, it doesn't fire, the pistol automatically reverts back to dual action mode. This is what they consider the dual strike capability. That allows me the opportunity to pull the trigger a second time, to strike the primer a second time, to verify that the bullet actually is not going to fire. Different people have different opinions of that. The normal standard routine with most single action pistols, if it's a single action only pistol, the standard routine has always been to just pull the slide back and eject the bad round. This at least gives you the opportunity to go ahead and try a second time to see if that round is actually bad. There's different points of view on that. I like having the ability to do so. One of the reasons I bought this weapon specifically is because of all the features that it has, and it gives me the ability to carry the weapon any way that I choose, and it gives me the ability to fire the weapon in many different ways. So I like having all the features available even if you don't use them. This one has a lot of features. The dual action, single action, and dual strike capability is one of them. When compared to the Glocks that I've owned previously, they're single action only, so you don't have the opportunity to pull this trigger the second time, and the only time the pistol will fire is if you have actually pulled the slide back and chambered around. So it just depends on your personal preference. This particular weapon has a 3.5-inch barrel. A lot of people have complained about the accuracy of this weapon. I have seen none of those issues with accuracy. I'm every bit as accurate with this pistol as I am with any of the other pistols I've ever owned. Durability, like I said, I've fired over 1,000 rounds through this particular pistol and never had any issues with it. The one incident that it did occur was a failure to load. That was not a problem with the pistol. That was actually a problem with the shooter. He paid the price with some skin off of his thumb because he got his finger in the way of the slide, and it caused it to fail to load. So as far as the design of the pistol is concerned, I've seen no problems with reliability or accuracy, so I'm completely satisfied with the pistol. I have a video that I took at the firing range of me firing this pistol. I think in this video I'm actually about 70-80% accurate at 20 yards. I have a video on YouTube already of my son firing this pistol, and he's only fired this pistol twice. We've only been to the gun range 2 times, and he's actually about 50% accurate with it. So I think that attests to the accuracy of the pistol a little bit. With an amateur can still handle a 50% accuracy, I think the pistol is fully capable. What I'll do now is I'll go ahead and let everybody get back to the what I'll do is I'll show the video of me at the end of this particular video. I'll include the video of me shooting at the end, so you can get an idea what the accuracy is a little bit. The other thing I want to talk about is the size and the weight of this pistol. This pistol is considered a compact and not a pocket pistol or a mouse gun. It is a little bit bigger than some standard carry pistols. This is my daily carry pistol. I prefer this particular pistol. I like the additional weight when I'm shooting. It's not uncomfortable when I'm carrying it. With the 13 round clip, it's 99% concealable. I carry it every day and nobody's ever even noticed that I have it on, so it's not too big of a deal that way either. If there's any questions or anything about it, or any further information that anybody wants on this, just leave a post right here on YouTube, and I'll try and get back to it as soon as I can. If you have any other questions or comments, just let me know, and we'll get back to it. And I'll see you in later videos. For now, I'll just put up that I'll include that video of me at the shooting range, so you can get an idea of some of the accuracy of the pistol. Thank you. See you in later videos. Okay, here we are for my third installment of my review of my 24/7 Taurus compact 9mm. This is the G2 model. This is the second generation one. So it has some of the features that I want to go over now. My previous 2 reviews, I covered some of the other benefits of this particular pistol, so I'm going to follow up on some of that stuff and include some things that I haven't touched on yet. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to be using the 13 round magazine for this. One of the things I want to touch on is that some people have asked the question, does the slide lock back when the pistol is empty? Some pistols do that. This particular one does do that when there is a clip. As you can see, the clip is empty with the yellow indicator, and there's nothing in the chamber. But as you can see, when the pistol is finished firing and it is empty on the last round, it does lock back to let you know that the pistol is empty. That's one of the benefits of it. This only happens when the clip is in the when the magazine is actually inserted. If the magazine is not inserted, it will not lock back if there isn't a round in the chamber. In my first video, I indicated how that particular thing is considered a feature. I'm not sure if I consider that a feature. In my first video, I indicated how it's hard to tell if there's a round, if the pistol is ready to fire during takedown. That kind of leads to that, because as you can see, if I use the takedown or the actual slide release while the clip is in, I can release the slide. However, if I take the clip out and pull the slide back, it does not lock into place. So the gun appears ready to fire. Other than that, I do like the feature of the fact that it does lock back when the pistol is empty and the clip is in. Let you know that you have to change your clip out. You can change the clip while the slide is back. It does not release the slide when the clip is removed. So changing the clip, putting in a new clip, and reloading the weapon is very easy. If there was a bullet in the clip, I could pull the slide back and it would put it into the chamber and be ready to fire. Since there's no bullet in the clip, it won't do that, so I have to use the slide release to release it again. One of the safety features of this particular pistol that I do like is the cocked indicator. Actually, if the pistol is cocked and ready to fire, and I'll do that right now by putting it in single action mode, which is possible since the pistol is empty. You just pull the slide back a little bit and pull the trigger, and that places it in single action mode. So now it's in single action mode, which does show the cocked indicator at the back of the pistol. That's nice to have, let you know if the pistol is in single action and ready to fire. Normally this pistol fires in single action mode, so that's nice to have to let you know that the pistol is armed and ready. And once the pistol is fired and it's back in dual action mode and there's nothing in the chamber and the pistol is safe, that red dot goes away. And we'll do that. I'll pull the trigger and that indicator goes away. That's one of the other safety features of this particular pistol that I liked. Another benefit is it does have the safety trigger built into the standard trigger. That's becoming a common feature in a lot of pistols now, and I actually like that. This assists in the ability to make the pistol makes the pistol a little more safe. If the pistol's dropped or something of that nature, the pistol can't fire without the trigger being pulled. There is a safety block inside for the firing pin, which is another part of the safety features, but this built-in trigger feature is kind of an added benefit that I liked. This particular pistol has another feature that I've only seen in this particular brand. They do have the slide lock, this little lock right here. If you're going to store the pistol, it comes with a key that you can actually turn this little lock, and it will lock the slide to where the slide is no longer movable at all. It's good if you're going to be storing the pistol for long periods of time, or if you're in an environment where you have children or something of that nature that you're worried about actually getting access to the pistol. That's a nice feature to have, just for safety purposes. I never use it personally. I don't have any small children that are not already familiar with firearms. I don't have any small children at all. Any of the individuals in my house are aware of the firearms and they know how to use them, so that's not a feature that I use. This is my daily carry weapon, so I don't store it. But it's a nice feature to have if you need it, especially if you do have small children or individuals in the house that are not firearm educated. This particular pistol does come with the rail for mounting accessories on. I don't do that only because this is my daily carry weapon. Trying to find a holster that accepts additional mounts on this rail is very difficult. I've actually had a little bit of a problem trying to find holsters to fit this model. The one that I did finally end up having was very hard to find because I carry cross draw on my left hip. I am right-handed, so trying to find a holster personally is even more difficult because I carry in an unusual fashion compared to the popular way, which is normally on your strong arm, your strong hand hip. I carry cross draw, so it was a little more difficult. But it does have the Picatinny rail there if you do want to utilize it. There are lasers that do fit it. I've seen flashlights that will work on that, things of that nature. I don't use it, but it's nice to have that function available to you. Another safety feature that this pistol has, and a lot of them, like for instance my Glocks before did not have, was the external safety. I actually like the external safety. It allows you other alternative carry options that you normally don't have with a standard single action pistol that does not have the safety. usually carry with this. If I have a chamber round, then I like to have the safety on. The normal way that I carry, I do not have a bullet in the chamber. I usually have a full clip and chamber empty, so I don't use the safety. The safety will stop the slide from coming back at all, so that's why I don't use the safety. If you carry with one in the chamber, then you may prefer to have the safety on. For that purposes, I like having the feature. It's a feature that a lot of the other guns that I've owned don't come with, so I prefer that. This same lever acts as a decocker. To demonstrate that, I will put it back in single action mode. The decocker is actually a safe way of decocking the pistol. Last time I pulled the trigger to do this, as you can see, the indicator is there again, telling you it's ready to fire. Last time I pulled the trigger to actually put it back in single or double action mode. With the decocker, you can do that safely without actually striking the firing pin. So that makes it a little better if you have a chambered round and you want to put it back in double action mode for additional safety or whatever the case might be. You can push this decocker down, and you'll see that the trigger will go back into dual action mode, and the chambered indicator has gone away. So that's kind of a neat feature to have as well. It makes things a little more safe. All the controls are easy to get to. Everything's within my thumb's reach that it needs to be. Slide release is easily accessible. The safety is easily accessible. Decocker is the same switch, so it's easily accessible. And due to the fact that it's also ambidextrous, I can actually access the slide release with either my thumb or my ring finger on the other side. So either way, it's easy to remove this. So everything about this is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. It had all the features, a bunch of additional features that I actually was impressed with, and the price, like I said in my first video, was about $200 cheaper than the comparable Glock. So all in all the features of this particular weapon added up to a lot better value as far as I was concerned. And after owning the weapon and shooting it, I'm completely satisfied. I have no issues. The reliability and the accuracy is every bit as good as any other pistol I've ever owned. The other benefit of this particular pistol is the warranty. Taurus will warranty. Taurus has a warranty on this pistol that covers the life of the pistol, regardless of the owner. Anytime there's something wrong with the pistol, you send it back to Taurus and they will fix it. That's another added benefit that I liked about this pistol, that a lot of pistols, I don't know of any other pistol actually that comes with that. So it's nice to know that the company stands behind their product. The company itself is actually a Brazil company. They do have operations in the United States now, but the company that actually makes these pistols, Taurus itself, is actually a metal manufacturer company. They work with a lot of metals. You can tell that that's obvious by the metal components of this particular pistol. As I said in my first review, I think the metal workmanship that's involved with this pistol is probably a lot better than most other pistols that I've owned. Some of the other ones look like their tooling is just to get the slide to function, as opposed to actually put some effort into quality and appearance. This one has a lot better appearance and that kind of thing. So as far as Taurus goes, they seem like a pretty reliable company. I don't think they're going to be going anywhere anytime soon. They have other interests that prove that this lifetime warranty is not just going to disappear at any point in time. The rest of their company is pretty strong, so I think this is a good investment for anybody who's looking for a pistol. I know there's a lot of people out there that have claimed that the quality and everything of the Taurus pistols are not as good as some of the other pistols. I think they're basing a lot of that off of the fact that they're not really familiar with the pistols. maybe they're thinking that because the price of the pistols are significantly cheaper than some of the competitors, that you're only going to get what you pay for. But honestly, I think I got a lot more pistol for a better price with this pistol than I would have if I would have went with another brand. So if anybody has any concerns about purchasing a Taurus, in my experience, there is no concerns. If it's something that you were interested in purchasing, I would recommend it fully. I've owned this pistol for a little less than a year and never had any issues with it. I have never had to actually send it into Taurus for customer service support or anything like that, but I have called customer service concerning getting some parts for it, specifically magazines, and they were very polite, easy to talk to. So far I've had absolutely no issues with this pistol at all. If anybody has any questions or anything they want me to cover that I haven't gone over with this particular set of reviews, just leave a post on the YouTube page there, and I will get back to everybody and try to answer any questions I can. Thanks for listening, and see you in later videos.
Omówiono najważniejsze sprawy związane z dalszym rozwojem województwa i kraju.
You can't handle the truth!
Shutdown sequence initiated. Shutting down.